Hi, my name is Melissa Gibs, and I'm from Raleigh, North Carolina, in the United States. And I came to Prague to meet and support Milan and Misha and the family in what they're doing here because I feel it is so incredibly important, the work that they're doing. And the first thing you notice about Misha, Milan, and the boys is just how loving and incredibly welcoming they are, and it's been a wonderful time here to get to know their family and the ministry. So it's just a privilege to be here. And I wanted to tell you about today a little bit about my life, why I would come this far to participate in the ministry. And that is because I'm 57, and sometimes I have to stop and I can't believe that that's actually true. But if you think about it, I've lived over half my life. And I will say that it hasn't all gone exactly as I would have planned. And I think a lot of people in life find that life doesn't always go as we plan. And so, life can bring hard challenges. And what do we do when that happens? So I'm a single mom to two kids, ages 18 and 20. A few years ago, I went through a very painful, difficult, unwanted divorce and became a single mom. And over the past few years, I've also experienced my children, making choices that were difficult, going down difficult roads, which is hard as a mama and can hurt your mama's heart. And I also took care of my 88-year-old father who had dementia, and he passed away 2 years ago. And now I help take care of my 84-year-old mom, who I'm so blessed to have in my life, but can also be a challenge. She has some health challenges, so lots of doctor's appointments and things. But through it all, what I really want to tell you about is how I get through it and why life is still very, very sweet and wonderful. And that is because I have a best friend, and his name is Jesus. And Jesus is God's son. And that's a bold statement for me to say that God's son is my best friend, but he is, and I can talk to him about anything. And I have learned that he is faithful even when we are not, and he is so, so good. And a life verse of mine is Jeremiah 29:11, that God has good plans for me, plans to prosper and not to bring me harm. So I know that all that I go through, God can work for my good, which is Romans 8:28. And that's so super miraculous that he can take the hardest things we go through and turn them into good in our lives. But I've seen him do that time and time again. And I wouldn't trade even all the hard things I've been through for 1 minute apart from Jesus. I would trade it. Wouldn't trade it. I would do it all again, knowing that I can get through it because I have Jesus as my best friend. So I wanted to also let you know how you can have Jesus as your best friend. And that's to admit that we fall short, that we all are sinful. We've all done things that aren't right. And Jesus came and lived a perfect life, and that we can't live up to that perfect example. And we don't have to, because he came. God knew we weren't able. And Jesus came and took our place on the cross. And so he did a beautiful exchange. And where we should be because of sin in our lives, he took the punishment on the cross for us and rose again on the third day. So the good news is that he did not stay in the grave, but he rose again, bringing new life, and that new life is able to live in us. So when you accept Christ and you say, I'm a sinner, I need you, Lord, I want you to rule my life, he comes and makes you new, and Jesus becomes your best friend. What a privilege that is, and I hope you will consider doing that. And I hope you will get to know Milan, Misha, and the boys better, and come hang out on a Sunday and come to service and participate here in the ministry in Prague.